Here's where we go completely off topic, completely off the rails. Here's where Auldwolf is going to try to feed you a word salad. A whole bunch of words, but, you know, it's not very nutritious. It's not very good. I don't enjoy it. It's just a whole bunch of empty words. It doesn't really mean anything. You're not answering the question. But he's going to bring up a theory. And I skimmed this, like I skim for comments that are good for me to make a video out of, but I don't read them completely, because if I have a strong reaction, I want it to be while I'm recording it. I want to record a sincere response. Now, there may be certain cases where I come across something that does give me that big response, and I'm like, I don't even think about it. I memory hole it. I'm like, oh man, I got to come back to this, and I'll remind myself I got a strong opinion to say about this, and I'll come back to it. And this is I'm going to make a prediction because I'm subconsciously not reading this post, even though it's on screen. You could have paused it and read it already, but you know what? I got a feeling this is going to get into capitalism. Capitalism bad. And I'm also going to make a prediction that he's going to throw around a lot of buzzwords. We're going to see repeated buzzwords, repeated phrases, things that he's heard and he can repeat. He can reiterate, regurgitate what he's heard. It's a talking point. It sounds good. If you disagree with it, you're wrong. You're racist. That's my prediction, based off of this. And I'm going to scroll down and get into it, see if I was right or wrong. Okay, look at our world. Off topic, going into politics right now. Humanity is divided into 3 groups. The apex parasites, the zombie-like status quo that believes in nonsense like the just world fallacy, and the leftovers that don't really fit into either of the prior 2 groups. What are you talking about? I'm lost. And you know, I remember Zombie showed up and a couple more. I've made videos involving Auld. At some point, I was like, here, you know, just do a stop and read. I'm not going to read this out loud. I remember doing that, and one of the paragraphs that I skipped over, didn't read out loud, had Zombie. So he, you know, Zombie is a mentality. You know, you just shambling. You're not thinking for yourself. It's an insult. He likes to throw that around. Oh, man. So humanity is divided into these 3 groups. I didn't know that. All right, so let me read this because I'm learning something new. I didn't know this. All right, so, okay. Those who have othered... Oh, huh? Those who are othered? Oh, he's been othered. So there's more than just 3 groups. So he doesn't even fall into the group that doesn't really fit into either of the prior 2 groups. He's so unique, he is othered. He's the 4th group. Okay. So those who are othered are in a permanent state of such, ever the outsiders who wouldn't fall into the status quo. The more interesting characters of fiction are these outsiders. Oh, man. I'm trying to make sense of it. There's one of my predictions. Capitalism is inherently parasitic because it's centered around consumption. Off topic, my dude. This topic is about story complaints. He's all politics, economics. I bet we're going to get into critical race theory, guys. But it's okay when Auldwolf goes off topic and says all this stuff. Unknown Worlds is going to allow it. Okay. Goose fraba. It's just greed. Eating and eating and eating the world. I mean, yeah. I can take capitalism out of this. I can just read this part right here. Humans are inherently parasitic because we are centered around consumption. We are just greedy, eating and eating and eating the world. It doesn't matter how much it harms it for others. It doesn't matter that we're in our closing decades. Why bother thinking about how many actual existential threats we face when these vile apex parasites can weave delusions for us to live in. Hooray! Everything is awesome. So he's close. He's fumbling around in the dark, and his fingers are brushing up against the idea. He's close, but he's not quite grasping the idea. He thinks capitalism is the problem. When this right here, all of this is basic humanity. This is a This is a basic human trait. Any human being of any age, from any part of the world, is capable of greedy, selfish behavior, destroying everything around them like a plague swarm of locusts, leaving nothing but destruction. But there's also a group of people that do care about what's around them, and they try to plant, they try to leave creation and hope in their wake, not destruction. Close to the idea, but no cigar. Robin clearly has feelings about this. And again, all of this is to try to answer the Big Brzezinski's question on why does Robin hate Altera? And when you have to write a short novel to explain something that is not stated in the game, that's called you're doing the game. If you have to do this, if your answer to Brzezinski's question is not pointing to a PDA entry that answers it, then you're admitting that there is no answer. This is all conjecture. It's all conjecture. She's tired of Altera just consuming everything. Well, what is XenoWorks doing? What is the company that she works for doing? If they had the resources Altera had, wouldn't they just be consuming everything? Just like it consumed her sister. No. Altera did not consume Robin's sister. Robin's sister killed herself in an explosion and murdered somebody else. That's what capitalism does. It consumes on every level. This guy's blaming Sam being an eco-terrorist on capitalism. It's capitalism's fault. Even though capitalism is the open exchange of goods and services, I don't know how that leads to such terrible things. What's this guy's solution? Anarchy, violence, eco-terrorism, socialism? Because if we look at the capitalist countries in the world, they're doing really fine. They're doing really great. You can say, oh, America is the worst country in the world, systemic racism, America hates women. Yet for all that systemic racism, we had a black president at the highest level of power in the country, the highest prestige that we can publicly afford to a single human being, a single American citizen. The greatest honor that you can be given and bestowed is to be the president of the fucking world, the president of the goddamn United States. Hey, Barack Obama. You want to talk about a black vice president? You want to talk about black people in the Senate, black people in Congress, black people on the Supreme Court, black doctors, black mayors, black governors, black police chiefs, black judges? I mean, come on. For all the systemic racism, it's not holding black people back very well at all. Look at all the black celebrities, black millionaires, black billionaires, black entrepreneurs that broke off and branched off and created their own brands. America holding people back? America hates women? Really? Man, America is probably the best place in the world for a woman to be. I mean, you can walk out in the public. You don't got to cover yourself up. We're not going to stone you to death. We're not going to kill you because you cheated on one of your husbands. Your husband's not legally allowed to have 35. I don't know. But I don't know. Apparently, capitalism is bad. Anyway, I just went to a tyrant. I need to get back onto the topic. Man, these are the best ones. These are the best videos to make when I've actually got something to say, but I can't say it on the forums. But I'll just record myself talking out loud. So I get to say it anyway, and getting it off my chest and into y'all's ear holes next video.